Okay guys, how's it going? It's Carl here from North Coast Constrictors. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but it's an educational video. We have a female ball python here. It's an adult. She's about 5 years old, but she looks like a yearling. She's an adult proven breeder. She's a normal 100% head clown. This used to be one of my snakes. It was sold last year, and the guy that I sold it to, it laid a clutch of eggs for him, and it hasn't gone back on food. Now, the snake has been at the vet, was at the vet for a week. It lost a lot of body condition. We didn't even know it was actually gravid. She was in a really bad state but when I took her to the vet. If you ever look at her now, and she's in a lot better condition, but you can clearly see the ridge of the spine, and you can see how flat she is at the back here. A little bit of a bulge there by the cloaca, but yeah. Now, the video that I'm going to make for you today, and this is, you can't do this to all your snakes if you don't have the mentality or the temperament or the patience or the confidence to do this, okay? I'm not a vet, so this is a disclaimer. I'm not performing a medical procedure. I'm not performing surgery on the snake. What I'm doing is I'm going to tube feed the snake, but I'm just showing you the snake in question. Now, we've basically already saved her life, okay? But what we've been doing is we've been feeding her a product here in South Africa that we call, it's called Urgent Care. It's a Hills product, okay? It's basically all the proteins and everything that you need to, you know, put into a snake, because she was basically eating off herself, okay? And then we're going to hydrate her. But what I'm going to do is, we had her at the vet. The vet had her and tube fed her, flushed her system, got any bacteria out, the egg laying, because she laid 5 eggs and she never went back on food after that. Now that, combined with not eating for the months leading up to her laying eggs, and as well not eating after she laid the eggs, has really taken its toll on this beautiful girl, and we needed to save her life. And the vet bills right now cost more than what the snake is worth, and that doesn't matter, okay? That's not what it's all about. That's not why we do this, okay? So I'm gonna show you what we do now, because when I brought her home from the vet, I waited 3 days and I offered her a meal instead of tube feeding, and she did not take that meal, which means I have to assist feed her. I have to tube feed her now, otherwise she's going to deteriorate in health. Now, how I'm going to do that, I'm going to show you how we do that. Okay, so everything is sterilized. Okay, I've got a syringe here. All right, this is hot water. All right, and I'm putting 8 mils of water inside there. I'm putting, let me get out of this. Now this looks like a tin of tuna fish, okay? It's just meat, okay? And what I'm doing, actually it's supposed to go in this one. Actually, up a lot. That's all right. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm taking out, a lot of this will go to waste, okay? This is far too thick as it stands now. If you look at it, it's just like a really gooey, basically it's liquefied rat. Okay, I'm going to try and give this to you in layman's terms. And I don't know how long this video is going to take, but I don't want it to take too long, okay? But now I've got it diluted with water, okay? So I'm gonna just, it's a process, gotta mix it around. It's gotta be, it's gotta be solid enough so that it's not just water going into a system, but it's gotta be wet enough so that when I I can suck it up, number one, which I can't do yet. Okay. Where's that? It's a little time consuming. But you've got to have the right mixture. And as soon as I can suck this up with a syringe, then I know I've got the correct okay. There we go. I think we've got it right. Right, this is a 12 mil. This is a 12 mil syringe that I've got here. Okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, we're coming right. I'm going to put about 10 mils into here. Okay. So this is basically what it looks like. Alright. There's a bit left over. Okay. And now I've got another syringe here. I'm going to put okay. Put about 1 ml of water. Okay. Now guys, everything on this table has been sterilized with F10. Okay. Every single thing on this table has been sterilized. Okay. My hands have been sterilized. I'm going to sterilize them again. Okay. This is a tube of KY jelly. I don't know what it's used for other things, but I lie. I'm just joking. It's for my dirty mind. This is a catheter from a vet. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I just lube the end of the catheter up with KY jelly, and then I stick that on the syringe. Now what I'm going to do, with my girlfriend's help, I'm going to insert this tube into the snake's mouth. Okay, just ask you to hold that for me. Alright, now we're going to have to get a little bit closer to the camera and maybe bring it down a little bit. Alright, the snake is going to wiggle around a lot. It takes two people to do this. You can't do this on your own. Okay. I'm going to insert the tube through the mouth down to approximately here. Alright, down to her body. Okay. Now I'm gonna hold the back of the snake's head. Okay, and then I'm going to be using my right hand to insert the tube. My girlfriend is going to hold the snake like so. She might have to come and stand on the other side here, which is going to make filming a little bit difficult. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to just move this back a little bit. Okay, she's probably going to have to come and stand over there. Alright, so can you come stand this side? Okay. So she's going to support the snake for me. Okay, remember guys, as I say, this is all sterilized. Everything here has been sterilized. Okay. Now, this would normally not take as long, but because I'm doing a video on it and I'm having to talk my way through it, it is taking a bit longer. Okay guys, so just making sure everything's lubed up here. Okay, so here's the catheter here. And what I'm doing is I'm just getting all the, just pushing down so that the liquid is right at the end, okay? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the tube into the snake's mouth. Got to go a little bit at an angle so that you don't, there we go. And once it starts going down, it's going down pretty easy. Okay, I can feel it going down past my fingers. Okay. Okay, is it by your fingers there? Right. Guys, okay, now, what I'm doing, if you can see there, I'm now pushing down, and you don't want to do this too fast and you don't want to do it too slow, because you do not want the tube inside the snake for too long, okay? But what I'm basically doing, you don't want to rush it, okay? But I'm feeding her. Basically, she's taking in a liquefied rat. This has got all the proteins and all the nutrients in it that it needs, so she doesn't eat off her own. Almost done. Okay. Let go with your one here. Hold your head for me, please, like that. All right. Now what I do is I take the other syringe that's got a ml of water, and I flush 1 ml of water into her system. Okay. And then pull. There's just a little tiny drop left there. It's not a lot. Okay, guys. Now here she is. Thank you. So guys, that is how you tube feed a sick snake. It can be difficult. It is very difficult the first time you do it, especially when you have to insert a tube down the throat. But effectively what we're doing here is every 5 days I'm going to repeat this procedure. Okay, so she has now got, basically, this is going to go into the deep freeze. It'll be decanted and put into the deep freeze to keep it, because obviously once you open it, it can go off. So and that's basically to keep this girl alive and to keep her. The reason I'm holding her still, I'm monitoring her, is I'm looking for tongue flicks, which we're getting. There we go. Alright, we got the little tongue flick going here. There we go, little tongue flick. It's not like having something shoved down your throat. But guys, if you're gonna own and keep snakes and you're gonna breed them on a scale like this, these are things that you're gonna have to learn to do. Otherwise, you're gonna have a very, very deep pocket with a lot of money for a lot of vet bills, because this happens, especially after breeding season. There are bound to be a few females that don't go back on food, and if you don't intervene, this is a very, very simple procedure, okay? And yeah, you know, once it's done, and you've done it once, we've done it twice, it's okay. Now I will repeat this, and I will give her 10 mils of this every 5 days. Anyway, this video has gone on for long enough. Please, guys, if you enjoyed this and you found this useful information, like and subscribe. It always helps grow the channel. This is a bit of a video with a difference. This girl is now, she doesn't go back into the racking system. She's in her own enclosure, in a completely separate room, with a hide and her own water. And the main thing is now is that she goes and she feels safe all by herself. curled up under a hard on the correct temperature, which is about 31 degrees, 31.5 degrees Celsius, and then she'll go and have a drink of water. But this meal now will sustain her for another 5 days. It was only 10 mils. I probably could have given her 15 mils or even 20 mils based on her size and how much she weighs. The difference, I don't want to overdo it, okay? So we're going to do it a little bit less, and we're going to do it more frequently. So normally I would have done maybe 15 mils, and I would have done it maybe 7 to 10 days, but I'm doing this every 5 days, and I'm doing every 10 mils. I'm doing 10 mils every 5 days. Okay, and out of that, a good 2 mils of that was water plus flushed down with another mil of water. And she's now actually got quite a lot of tongue flicks going on now. She's starting to be a bit more active. Yeah, generally she's like doesn't like having something stuck down her throat like no one would. But I promise you, she's got a full belly now, or at least mostly full, and she's going to be feeling a lot better. So we can say goodbye to her, and I'm going to go and put her back in her enclosure. And that's it from me, guys. Cole, North Coast Constrictors. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it useful. And if you do have a problem with one of your snakes, this is one of the ways to do it. Otherwise, go and see, first and foremost, always, guys, go and see your vet. I learned how to do this with my vet. I did not attempt this by Googling it. I didn't go onto the internet. I didn't guess how to do this. I have done this multiple times under the supervision of a qualified vet until I was able to do it on my own. And it is actually quite a simple procedure. However, you do need 2 people to do it. And you need to be able to insert a tube like this down your snake's throat safely and without hurting it, okay? And then obviously to administer the procedure. And I'm getting tired of my own voice, and I just want to get this girl back into her enclosure. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Stay tuned for the next video. We've got some crackers coming up. See you soon. Cheers.